Update on the teenage Māori girl who was abducted by whāngarei police. Ngā waiora tipene. Anybody out there that says she wasn't abducted by police, that's not possible. Well, she was not arrested. She wasn't under arrest. There was no warrant out for her arrest or anything like that. She didn't break any laws. She's just a young girl that didn't want to leave her father's side. Not only was she abducted by police, the police also did some shady ass shit when they got her father back to the cells. He was held there overnight and released without charges, but he'll go into it himself.
Kia ora anō. This is just a short and a brief update on our kōtiro ngā waiora and just bringing everyone up to scratch where we're at, what's happening, and to silence some of the claims out there on a few things to bring some light, context, perspective to what's happened. People have been saying that we were on the run, we were hiding, which was not the case. We were living a relatively normal life. Even myself as a self-employed, a sole trading contractor who worked, my area was from Kaitaia all the way through to the Brynderwins. I was out quoting, pricing jobs almost every day, doing work with my kōtiro out in public. On top of that, kōtiro, my tamaiti, Taupuai were both, ngā Waora and Taupuai were both involved in local kapahaka with Manu Koroki, their marae and Ngāti Hine. They performed earlier this year in March in a local event at Mōtiria, the Te Aho Reko o Ngāti Hine. We go to church on Saturdays and also play netball, so we're involved in quite a few community or communal papa. So definitely not hiding or running by any means. If you look up the word run and all the definition of run in legal context, it reverts to a fugitive who's on the run, or there's a warrant out for their arrest, or they're running from court proceedings, which was never the case. And then on top of all that, we had seen the mother's whānau at a recent tangi of our uncles in Pawaringa, and the police. I'd met with the police on a number of occasions throughout the year. Everyone knew where we were. Some people named it in the comments. They knew where we were. They'd been to our house before, so they knew my whānau lived. So to say we were on the run was nonsense. And the other thing was, back to the unlawful arrest and unwarranted abduction or violent uplift. Beyond that day, when I was locked up for the night in the cells, I was being coerced, I was being blackmailed by the police, a couple of police officers, cells that night, who were trying to get me to sign, or trying to coerce me into signing bail bonds and some paperwork, which I never signed. And the next day, they took me into the Whangarei courthouse, roughly around 8 o'clock. I was seen by, I believe it was a registrar, at roughly around 9:30 or around that time, thereabouts. I had the tautoko of all my whānau, who I'm very grateful for, who were all at the court hearing, didn't know, but it was only max of probably about 5 minutes where I was in the courtroom. They had me up on 3 charges, failing to stop, evading police or something like that, and something else. I was unaware. I didn't pay too much attention as I was pretty tired. I never slept the night I was held in the cell. And anyway, there was definitely less than 5 minutes in the courthouse. I was let free, all charges dropped, and they had changed the 3 alleged charges to the Search and Surveillance Act to try and cover the asses, because under the Search and Surveillance Act, it gives police powers to pull someone over without a warrant. Now that wasn't in place prior, so it doesn't stand. They'll try everything in their power to manipulate the narrative like they always do. That's a brief update. What I want to highlight is, our focus is purely on our kōtiro, ngā Waora, and ensuring that her voice is heard, her will is respected, and it's got nothing to do with myself, my whānau, the mother, or her whānau. It's purely about our tamariki, and that's our focus, is ensuring that our kōtiro, ngā Waora, her voice is heard and respected, that she gets to choose where she's at peace and she's happy, and wherever that is, whether it's with her mother or with me, I'd be happy. The last thing that I want to touch on is, or that I want to highlight, is that I encourage the mother to come forward, share her side of the story, or so that people get a full context. They say that there's two sides to the story, so this is an opportunity for Huia to come forward and share her side. Ngami.
Big love to the brother for sharing his side of the story when it comes to the abduction and the rumour that he's been on the run like he's Tom Phillips or some shit. As for what he alleges happened with the Whangarei police, what are your thoughts? Have you had similar experiences? And do you think that's shady? Because to me, that's shady as fuck. Another big mihi to the bro for offering for Huia to come on and tell her side of the story. Huia, I echo those sentiments. If you want to come on and share your story, I'm not someone who shuts down ideas or sides of the story just because I may not agree with it. Hell, I don't even know. All I know is the bro side. So if you're willing to come and share yours, I'm open and willing to sit down and have that conversation. Also, props to the brother for presenting that. That's actually a beautiful thing. Anybody else that's going through anything, whether it's pedos, whether it's corruption, this is what we're all about calling out. Corruption and police corruption in any form of society where they should be either taking care of the people or leading the people. We are open to share those stories. And when I say we, it's not just me, Shubs, who's on the screen. I've got a team of people that help me put together stories and provide information. So if you want to share, hit my Gmail, hit the bio. It's right there, wherever you're watching this video. Peace.